But if I were to speak a little bit about my marriage, I would say that it was good. It was good while it lasted. Honestly, I cannot say that I had a bad marriage. If I say that, I'll be lying. Yes, it was a good marriage. It just, I think because we got together when we were very young, people grow, people change. And for you guys to still continue the journey together, you need to grow together.
What's up, guys, and welcome to the show. My name is Cheptoek Boyo, and today we have Rosemary Waweru. Yani yeye ni gwiji kwa hii industry ya acting. You've known her from her roles in Tabasamu, in Selena, and now on Faithless. Najua mmeiona hapo via social media. It is running everywhere. From YouTube to social media, kila mahali, Faithless. She's one of the main characters there. And guys, we're finally in season 5. Imagine, season 5. And opening the season for us is Rosemary. Karibu sana, Rosemary.
Asante sana, Boyo. It's a pleasure to be here on Buzz Central. And, thank you for the invite. Karibu. I appreciate it.
Karibu sana.
Yes.
I think you're one of the people who I was like, when is she gonna come? Because I've interviewed guys who were pioneers in the industry, and I think you're one of them. Considering Veje Tabasamu ilikuwa so popular then. And a lot of guys call you the Tabasamu actress.
Yes.
But how did you start? How did you get into acting?
Wow, it's a long story. Are you sure you want to hear?
Yes. Tuna time. Tuna time. Kabisa.
We got nothing but time.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me start by saying, growing up, I honestly did not know what I wanted to be. I was that child who akiulizwa shuleni, what do you want to be? I'm like, I just say something just to make the teacher leave me alone, but it's not because I really wanted to be that. And looking back, I think it's because I have always been multi-talented. And I had not yet focused my strength on one thing. So that is why as a child, I did not know. Everyone knew they wanted to be a doctor, a writer, or whatever they wanted to be, but not me. But anyway, while in secondary school, Pale St. Teresa's Girls High School.
Iko wapi St. Teresa's?
St. Teresa's Girls, iko Isli.
So ni ndiye mwanai tu.
Mi ni mdem tu hapa tu mtaani. So I went to St. Teresa's Girls. It's a Catholic school in Isli.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a girls' high school. It has both primary school and high school, but it's usually very different because even when I was there, we didn't know that we had a primary school. Like, we didn't think about it because they're quite separate. Yes, but that's where I went to school. And when I got to Form 3, I was bored silly, okay? I was bored because, I get bored easily, to be honest. Yeah. So I was in Rangers Club, I was in Volleyball Club, I was in what other club? French Club. Like, I was everywhere. Mi nilikuwa natembea. Mi, by the way, mtalii. Shuleni nilikuwa mtalii, okay? Yeah. So when I got to Form 3, my best friend and I were like, it's so boring. What do we do? What extra can we do in this school? We were like, okay, let's go try drama club.
Yeah.
And we went and tried. And I got the part that, I was the one they were looking for. They loved the voice. My director then was Onesmus Moduri. Yes, right now he's no longer in the industry. I think he's a pastor right now, and he does farming as well. He's very successful in that. But then he's the one who, I can say, discovered me while in high school. Okay. He really did hold my hand, and I honed my skills while there because my school was very good in these things. We used to travel a lot with our drama pieces. We used to go to St. George's for nationals and things like that. So for those 2 years, while in Form 3 and Form 4, I really did a lot of work in drama, and I realized, okay, okay, I like this, I'm good at it, it's making sense.
Yeah.
Aya basi ndio mimi huyo nikaingia, and that was the beginning of my career right now, I would say. Yes, that was like sasa shule. Unajua pia acting, especially kitambo, we didn't have schools for actors.
Yeah.
So we used to learn on the job. And if you found good people to work with, they would teach you. And also if you were a good student, you'd learn.
Yes.
So I can say that is where I learned. Yes. Niendelee na story ama?
Yes. So clearing now high school, how did you get yourself in this industry?
Yes. Sasa hapo ndio mimi huyo. I cleared high school in, that year that I cleared high school.
Mbona utaki kusema? Mimi niliclear 2006. So
but you don't say, yeah?
Yako ni earlier ama after?
Hey jamani, mimi niliclear 2005.
Yeah, age mates. Tuko hapo kwa hiyo bracket.
Tuko tu sawa. So I cleared in 2005. I was meant to go do theater arts at KU. But then my parents couldn't afford to take me to school then. So vile waliniambia kwamba hawataweza, that was after I received my results. Ndio mimi huwa na kasi plus kangu kazuri. Lakini the cut of that particular year was B-.
Yeah.
Yes.
Most of the time you need wanga B-.
It was a B. It was B-. No, but the next year, ama sijui, there was a time
government
it was C+.
Sponsored. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I just asked myself, okay, now what do I do? Because mimi sipendi kukaa tu hivi, even when I was very young. I decided, let me go to the theater and see what's happening there.
So even then you knew things about theater?
I did, because our school was quite exposed, and we used to, you see, like the French club, we used to go to Alliance Française and the Kenya National Theatre, but while in school for French
other lessons.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, I knew about the theatre. Nikasema jamani, wacha niende. And wait a minute. Hata before niende hivyo, while in Form 4, I did my first advert.
Hey, yeah?
While in school, yeah, tumechill.
Oh, yeah.
Tumechill,
Yes,
it was quite
yes.
by PSI.
Yes.
Kwa mambo ya,
Kwambia teens chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the first advert that I did while in high school. Sasa ndio mimi tuko hapa, nimeenda theater. Nikasema, I'm just going to go. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew that I wanted a job, na nikaenda theater. Nikaangalia pale kwa ile board. There's a notice board that's usually there. So I was, okay, kuna audition hapa. There was an audition that day by Theatrics Arts Ensemble. Ya mwanaume ambaye anaheshimu sana anaitwa Aliwa.
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 Yes.
So ndio mimi nikaenda, nikaona watu wana audition, na nikaenda, nika-audition na nikapata.
Nice.
I'm telling you, yeah. Kujiamini.
Yes.
Kujiamini sana. So nikaenda nikapata kazi. Na sasa ndio tukafanywa introduction. We were told that, we are going to go for a whole term, going to schools, traveling, in different schools, especially in Kisii and the western part of Kenya. And that is where we're going to do set books for schools. I was like, okay, that's something that I could do. And so we went for the training. It was it a month before we traveled or something like that? And I was the main character for kitabu yenye ilikuwa na madam anaitwa Portia. The Merchant of Venice.
Merchant of Venice.
Yes.
Ulikram yo thou, thy.
Thou, thy, there, thee. I thee, and I thied, and I vowed. Kabisa, yeah, mimi mtu mwerevu. Hata ukiona nikiwa C+C sababu ya nini? Ni kutosoma tu. Yeah, kichwa ngumu kidogo. So, we went to Kisii, to uko Uloyani, Ujaluoni pia, akina Kisumu, wapi, kila mahali we traveled for that whole school term.
Yeah.
Yes. And I must say, my boss, nilisikia story nyingi sana even now, watu kupigwa bafu. Unajua kupigwa bafu nini? Yeah?
Yes.
Being duped,
Conned.
Like, being conned. Like you go work all those months and then you're not paid. Yeah. But for me, Theatrics Arts Ensemble, honestly, hakuna hata shilingi yangu hivi alibaki nayo.
Alikulipa.
Yes. And we were paid promptly. So it was a beautiful experience for me. It was a learning experience. It was engaging. It was, I went and saw different cultures, and I learned a lot. I must say that I continued now to hone my skill kabisa.
So it was an eye-opener for you.
It was definitely an eye-opener. I had not thought that I was going to do TV. Mi nilikuwa nafanya theater. I did it for a year. Now, after that year, my parents wanted me to go back home because, I'm just from high school. Ndio mimi huyo nimekuwa
unazunguka all around the country.
Mimi ni mzururo tu, lakini kazi. So they didn't used to see me. They were like, sasa mtoto wetu jamani, sasa potea huko nje. I think that is what they thought.
Yeah.
So they told me to go back home. And I was pretty mad at them because, I listened to my parents, but I was pretty mad at them because I didn't want to go back home. Me, I wanted to go back and do theater.
You already found what you wanted to do.
Yes. Nimepata kazi jamani, mnaniambia nirudi nyumbani nifanye
nini?
Yeah, what am I coming to do? So when I went back home, I was mad at them for like a month. Yeah. Yeah, but
mad like hauongei na wazazi ama mad how?
No, naongea nao lakini I'm mad because wamenitoa kazini wakanileta nyumbani.
So your heart is totally not at home.
My heart is not at home kabisa. Mi sitaki kukaa home because what am I doing at home? I'd rather be out there doing something with my life.
Yeah.
But anyway, nika decide to, okay, fine, let me just take time off and see what's going to happen, because I had now to communicate to Aliwa, my director, that I'm not going to make the second year because I was meant to go the second year round.
Yeah.
So when I stayed home, mimi nimsewa nilikuwa naenda church sana. I started going to church and going to the youth in the church, the youth group. Yeah, so huko tulikuwa tunaimba, tuna dance, tuna nini, it's a youth group. Yes.
Yeah.
And we used to go for mashindano pia, just like in high school. Tulikuwa tunaenda sijui zonals nini, and I used to lead even there.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, so nikaka nyumbani for, I think it was maybe for 5 months. Then I was called by one Margaret Kiundi. She used to have an agency which was known as Roma back then. Yes. So she was an agent. She called me and she told me, I'm not sure where she had gotten my number from, but she called me for an audition. Na hiyo audition ilikuwa ya Zain. Saini Airtel.
Yes. Yeah.
So I went for the audition. Mimi huyo nikajitengeneza kidogo na confidence yangu ni kama
Zain yako.
Yes, kujiamini tu. Nikaenda and I got the role.
Nice.
Yes. Nakwambia from victory to victory. Nashukuru Mungu sana, by the way. Yes. So when I went for that, I got it. I was in a billboard. Me and 2 other girls, and we were paid well, and especially
billboard used to be 6 figures. 6 figures.
Hey, yes.
From 100 to around 300 to 500,000. Yeah.
Depending. Ukiwa peke yako, you're paid more.
Yeah.
Ukiwa wawili mnagawana hivyo, watatu hivyo.
And then Pia, was it going to TVC, newspapers, magazine?
It was on magazines as well. It was not a TVC though, was it? I don't know. I do not think so. But they paid me well, and especially according to wakati.
Yeah.
Unaona. So after that, after your billboard, I remember taking my best friend then. Nikaenda kumuonyesha, I'm on a billboard. I was so excited. Ndio mimi unajiona kwa picha kubwa hivi. I even have that gazette piece. Hadi wa leo niko nayo tukiwa na hao wasichana wawili. And so after that I think was a door that God opened.
Yeah.
And milango ingine pia ikaanza kufunguka. 2 months after the billboard, I was called for another audition by my director in high school, Onesmus Mudhuri.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he told me, come to Mombasa Road, Upper Vision Plaza. There's an audition. Yeah, you just come and audition. Mimi nani? Ndio huyo. Yenye nimebeba kwa mfuko, sina pesa lakini niko na confidence. Confidence kibao. Nikaenda nika audition, and that was the audition for Tabasamu. So I got
incoming
the part.
now, you in the industry.
Yes.
Wow.
Hapo sasa ndo niliingia sasa kwa kufanya michezo ya kuigiza kwenye televisheni. Yes. Wait, this show of yours, people speak Kiswahili and English, no?
English, Swahili, Sheng.
Kwa hivyo hata nikitaka kuongeza
Yes.
Kasheng hivi.
Kila mtu, everyone is included. Yeah, so specific.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, so that is how I started my journey on TV. Nikaingia Tabasamu. Tabasamu, I did it for 4 years because it was from 2008, mwisho wa 2008, hadi 2012. Yes. And within those 4 years, I also did other things because I did a movie called The First Grader. I know people know about it. Kimani Maruge. Yes, the oldest first grader.
How was it working with Litondo
Oliver?
Yes.
My part was not so big that I got to work with him, but the scene that I did, I worked with him and it was good. This is a person alikuwa anaheshimika sana kwa anaheshimika si alikuwa hata
he's still alive.
Yes, jamani, pole Oliver kama unasikiza. Nimekufarikisha pole. So he's a respected artist.
Yes.
Okay, actor. And people were, unajua hata ukisikia watu wakinong'onezana huko, people are talking about him, the jobs he's done. So it was a bit overwhelming because remember I'm kind of new in the industry. Yes, but it was awesome. The team was good. The directors, everyone was so supportive, honestly.
And it was a big film.
It was a big film. Even Churchill was in First Grader. It was a big deal. But it was so good to be around people who've done this for a long time. I'm a newbie. And the experience was awesome. Like, I can't say that, they treated me bad. No. It was a beautiful, beautiful experience. I do not know. I think I don't know if I'm lucky. Honestly, I always have really good experiences with most people. Of course, I've had bad experiences here and there.
Yeah.
But for the most part, my life has been full of good experiences.
Wow. That is God.
It's God, right?
Yes.
So when I was doing that movie, I was 3 months pregnant. Now that I remember, yes. I had just found out.
Because that is 2012.
Yes.
So that means your child is now around 10. And actually turning 11.
No.
10.
No, I had my baby at
2013, 2012. Pregnant 2012.
Mtoto amezaliwa 2010.
2010. So right? This was in between Tabasamu and now first grader.
She's 13 now.
Hey, kuna teenager.
Yeah, I have a teenager in the house. Oh my God.
I can imagine. Lakini tutafika huko kwa watoto.
Tutafika, lakini vile tu your thought imekuja saa hiyo. Okay, anyway. It was a really beautiful experience. And after that, I also went to do the movie called Inside Story. And this one I was called for by Maggie Kiundi again. She's the one who called me for the first grader and also called me for the Zayn advert. And now for this other movie called Inside Story.
Wow.
Yes.
Big up Maggie.
Thank you, Maggie, but she was a wonderful agent. Now this one we went to shoot in South Africa. Sasa ndio mimi huyo jamani. I had a small baby then when I was doing this. And it was a good experience for me to just, go out of the country. I'm so young. Okay, well, now I'm not such a newbie. At least maybe I have 2 years experience. But it was such a good experience. I remember I went with Peter King Mwania, with Regina Ray.
Big wigs.
Yes? Yeah, we were together with, the main actor, I'm forgetting his name. Jamani jina yake imeenda. But, with Christine McKenna. Right now she's called Chris McKenna.
Yes. McKenna Njeri now.
Oh, now it's McKenna Njeri. Yes, so we were with McKenna Njeri as well. Yeah, as in, yani ni watu. McKenna Njeri sa hiyo sijui kama alikuwa ameingia.
I think alikuwa Tahidi then.
She was on Tahidi, yeah?
Tahidi then.
Yeah, so that again was another good experience. I'm working with, people who've been there and they were super friendly, super helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, again with the beautiful experiences. Ama sijui mimi basi ndio napenda kufanya experiences zikuwe beautiful kwangu na zienjoy sana, ama zinakuanga tu mzuri.
It can be both ways. Having a good experience and then you making it a good experience.
Yeah.
So it's a double paradise.
Yeah. It's a win-win, yes.
Yeah.
So
now at Tabasamu, then it was such a big show. And what do you think people really loved that show?
I think from the comments that people have, from what people have told me from the fans, it's and even from just the show, Tabasamu was quite do I say revolutionary. Mother tongue in an effort. So it was like the beginning of something very different. The way soap operas were done in Kenya, this one was done in a very different way, because I think it was quite realistic. It was something people could relate to. Ni kitu watu waliona wanasema by the way. I think Tabasamu is the one that brought up the issue of sugar daddies. This was not something that people had been talking about, but it was there.
It was happening.
Yes. So the reason why people love Tabasamu, first of all, because it was very well done. Kulingana pia hata na time yake, and even now I think people can still watch it. Yes. And the way the story, honestly, the story was told in a realistic manner, which I think makes Vipindi Vingi very interesting when you bring it close to home. When someone watches it and they're like, I would have done that.
This is my brother. This is whoever.
I've seen this happening. Oh, that happens. So it was very realistic, but very well done. Tuliingia tu kwa hiyo industry bila kuogopa. I think our producers and the writers walikaa chini wakaona, let's do this. I know this is not done in Kenya. Maybe watu walikuwa wamezoea vitimbi, vitu vya kuchekesha tu. Lakini this is a story ambao unaweza kaa chini hivi watch. So I think that is why people loved Tabasamu so much. And of course the actors, we delivered. We did a good job. I hear most people saying that, we were very believable. We were believable. And of course you cannot forget the whole team of, behind the scenes, because remember when we are doing these programs, we don't do it just as actors. We have the directors, we have the writers, akina Moita Kiseu, Kiemaita Magiri, they were the executive producers. Our DOP, Kemathi Iceberg, wengine naweza wakumbuka. Onesmus Mudhuri, he was the casting agent for Tabasamu. So it was a team effort. I think watu walikuja wakasema hii kitu tutaichapa vile inafaa. Yes.
Nice. Do you still keep in touch with akina Mine Kariuki, na Nick Mutuma, who are part of the cast then? No, our paths have crossed, because we're in the same industry. But keeping in touch, I'm not gonna lie, I have not kept in touch with them, or rather we haven't kept in touch with each other, but there's no bad blood between us. It was just, life, you go different ways, as much as you were working together for quite some time. And but we meet in the industry. We meet, oh hi. It's a small industry.
It's very small. So what we meet over the years, we have met in different, scenarios in our industry, and we are friendly. Yes.
Now, when the show ended, this was a big show then, and there was a break in the industry. You see, there were not so many things happening. How did that impact you?
Looking back, some things you learn in retrospect. You can't learn when it's happening. Looking back, right now, I would say if you are a producer, you produce something, and especially for quite some time, you need to support your actors or your cast with emotionally. Because when you do a role for a long time, remember you're lending yourself to this role,
to the character. Yes.
So there are aspects of you there. As much as, yes, if you are really good, you can be able to differentiate between the character and now Nyabura. As much as you do that, especially when you are done, you need to go and de-roll. And de-rolling should not even happen just on your own. You need to go speak to someone like a therapist. You need a bit of therapy. That is what I realized. Now I look back, I'm like, yes, it was a big deal. And especially because Tabasamu ended abruptly.
Yeah.
It was not something that we knew about. It was not something we expected. In fact, we had already been given scripts for the next season.
Yeah.
Okay. So when it ended, I had no plan because, imeisha. Imeisha. Imeisha.
You're in shock, Pia, because me, I know I'm coming for next season.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to figure out my life abruptly?
So that really does something to you, and especially if you do not have a support system. I thank God because, first of all, I was married, so I did have my husband, and we are also a close-knit family. That is my mother, my sister, my brother. So, and we've always been very close from Kitambo. So they gave me a lot of support. They did not know that they were giving me support, but just by being around your family.
Yeah.
Yes. So it you heal. That's the therapy that I should have gone for, but now I did it with my family unknowingly, though.
Now looking back, you realize that was therapy.
Yes, it was therapy. And also remember, I had a young child, so I was, I went back, took care of her before I knew what I wanted to do. Yeah.
At least there was something that was keeping you busy for a while.
Yes. So after that, I went to, because it took me a whole year. I took a break for a year. I gave myself a break. And I looked after my family. But after that, of course, art came calling. Yeah. When you have a gift, you can only suppress it for so long.
Yeah.
Itakusumbua.
You cannot deny it. You will have to, or now you will go in a dark place if you don't use it.
Yes. Yeah. And that goes for everyone. It's not only about actors. Sometimes when you see people out here wamekosa mwelekeo, it's because they have a path that maybe they were called to and they refused, or they didn't see, or I don't know what happened.
They were not guided to it.
Yes. And let me use the example of the Bible. Do you talk about can I talk about something like that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So it says there's this story of Jonah. Jonah ambaye alimezwa na samaki. Yeah, I know that story is like...
That story is funny.
Right?
Yes.
It's hilarious.
Yes.
But if you look closer, or you just go and internalize the story, you can learn something from it. Now, that story of Jonah alitumwa Nineveh. Akakataa.
Yeah.
So when he refused, the story goes like a fish was sent. I don't know how it came to him and ate him up, and,
He was running away, and then...
Oh, he was running away kwa ocean. He was using the
he was
ocean
in a boat.
He was
and
in
now
a boat.
they threw him.
And
now they well.
Yes. So he was eaten by the fish. Now, how I think about this is, can you imagine if you are inside a fish? I mean, take all the biology out. Don't think about the biology because it's not going to work. You're going to be like, how?
Science
How
is not
now?
sciencing.
So when you think about it, assuming a fish is really dark inside, right?
It must be dark inside.
It must be, right? Yeah. So when Jonah refused to do what God had sent him to do, he went into a dark place.
Yes.
Right?
Meaning the stomach.
Yes, dark. The stomach of the fish, which is dark. But then I guess while in that darkness, he akajita kamkutano.
He realized.
Yeah, akasema, hey, this darkness, I want to see the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, and after that, he went on his journey that God had intended for him. So when you look at that story, it's you can apply it right now. Yeah.
Yes.
Usipofanya kile ambacho umebarikiwa kufanya, yeah, it's gonna do things to you. Yes. So I went back to the industry. I was called for an audition. Yeah, pray and pray. But remember, even while at home, I still used to do voiceovers. Yes, because I'm a voice-over artist. I used to do theater still. Naenda nafanya mashows hapa National Theatre. So as much as I was not on TV, I was still doing
other things.
Yes, other things in terms of art.
Yeah.
So I got called for an audition, Pray and Pray, by Deal Pictures. And I went and got the part.
Hey, lucky you. That means there's something you're doing right in these auditions.
I guess so. And I'm always so skeptical about my auditions. Honestly, I think I do very badly. But those are my thoughts. And we are told not to always believe your thoughts.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the brain messes with
lies to you.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. So I got the part for Pray and Pray, which aired on NTV for, is it 2 years? Because we started 2012 to Kamalaza 2014.
Yeah. It didn't stay for long.
It didn't stay for long. No. See 2012, sub 2012 bado nilikuwa kule. Tulianza 2014 tukamaliza I think
2016.
Yes. Yeah, so I did that for 2 years. I also got married in 2015. Like bado maisha yangu kando inaendelea.
So after welcoming your first child,
yes,
you continued with acting, and then now 2016 you got married.
Yeah, 2015 rather.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. No, I was married, but sasa nika marry sasa
official.
Yeah, kanisani.
So ilikuwa come we stay.
Ilikuwa si sana, not really come we stay, because you know in the Kikuyu culture, when your partner goes to your parents, they visit, there's a series of visits.
So was it a traditional ceremony it happened?
Yeah, there was a traditional ceremony. I mean, in Kikuyu culture there's usually a few traditional ceremonies that happen from the onset. And na ikianza hivi, you are legally married to that person.
Yeah.
Yes, you're legally married. But now we went the church way in 2015. Yes. Na mimi huyo bado saa hiyo I was still shooting Pray and Pray. Sasa hapa nasikia ni kama sijui niende niangalie bio, nimeanza kusahau after 2016 nilifanya nini. Yeah. So nikafanya Pray and Pray, nikamalizia. Honestly kusema hapo lazima kwanza niangalie. Hapo sasa kuna mahali inani confuse because I did so many.
So lazima iende in how according to how it happened. Chronologically. Sio lazima iende hivyo. Now, after Pray and Pray, was that when you got to Selena? Ama there were other things you did in between that?
Selena ni ajuzi.
Oh, yeah. That's like actually last year.
Selena is 2020.
Last year but one.
2021. Yes, 2021. 2021 ndio nilifanya Selena. So nikifanya tu after hiyo Pray and Pray kuisha. Remember, I'm still an actor ambaye anapenda kufanya theater. So there was a time that I really did a lot of shows, Kikuyu shows and English shows. I used to work with FCA, FCA Kenya. It was owned by Abuto Eliud and Mbeki Mwalimu. You know Mbeki Mwalimu?
Yeah.
Yes, Mbeki Mwalimu.
Now on Kina.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was my director in FCA. Yes, and I've worked with so many actors whom you guys have seen on screen. Really good actors. FCA I really enjoyed my time in FCA. And then mimi kwenda theater ilikuwa ni kama refresh. Unaona kama ndio unafanya refresher course.
Yeah.
Yes. Because theater is not easy.
No.
Si rahisi.
It's way complicated than what people see.
Yes, it is. So I did that. Remember, I'm still doing my voiceovers. Nikaenda nikafanya pia Vashita. Umeona Vashita? Yes. I did Vashita. Vashita I did for a while. That is with Moonbeam
Productions.
Moonbeam Productions. Yeah, Lucy and Eve D'Souza.
Yeah.
So I worked with them up until I worked with them for quite some time. I did a few episodes there. Lakini kafika mahali ambapo nilikuwa nataka, sometimes in life you feel like you need a break.
Yeah.
Or you need to do something different. Ujue kama kweli hii tu ndo nimeandikiwa kweli, ama let me do something else and see. Now you must also remember that even while doing all these things, behind the scenes I've always done business. Nimeweka tu biashara.
Biashara gani?
I remember I had a biashara ya samaki. I had a hotel where, people could come and sit and eat fish. biashara kakunywa maji.
Biashara, it's another full lesson you need to have.
It is not for the faint-hearted. Mimi ni nani? I didn't give up. After that nimefanya biashara ya viatu. Nimefanya biashara ya undergarments, ladies and gentlemen. That went very well.
I think I did that too. Guys never used to negotiate.
They do not.
And then they're very loyal.
Yes.
Once they know you sell good stuff, reference na call you, they'll keep on doing that.
Yes.
Ladies are need a bit more convincing. Yeah.
Lakini uzuri wa ladies ni they are impulse buyers.
Yeah.
Na wananunua wakati wote. Guys lazima wakuwe mepanga sijui siku fulani ndio nanunua. Yeah, so all of them wako na, pros and cons na wako tu sawa. Yeah, but that one is a story for another day. Hey, that one, I'm not even ready to share that story of how I started the business. Yeah, kuuza undergarments. You guy. That's another session. Oh Lord. Hiyo hapana. Hiyo nitakuja kuisema siku moja. Lakini si sahi. But I did that business. Yeah. Nilikuwa kwa Vashita. I've also done socialites on KTN. I've done a movie called Lost Innocence. You can find it on Showmax. It's by Insignia Pictures. Insignia Limited or Insignia Pictures? Insignia.
Yes, Insignia.
Insignia, yeah.
Philip Bresson.
Yes, Philip Bresson. So nimesema socialites. Nini? Kuna kitu kingine ambayo nimefanya na sahau. Anyway.
Monica.
Monica. Asante. Yes, Monica, I think is also available on Showmax. Yeah. It's on Showmax, yes? Yeah. It's on Showmax. It showed on NTV as well. And in Monica, I did not only act. I also did something called script supervising. Yes, I know you've been on set before, you understand.
Yeah.
So script supervising is the first editor on set. Yeah, because when you take it to the edit, when you take whatever you've shot to the edit, they follow the script supervisor's notes. Yeah, so I did that and I excelled at it, but pia ilikuwa kazi nyingi. I was trying, my idea was eventually I've already produced, but I still want to continue to produce. So what I was doing when doing that is I was learning. I wanted to learn a bit of everything to see what goes on.
Yeah.
So that when I am a producer, at least I have an idea of each and every sector of a set. Yes. So that is what I was doing. I did that and ilikuwa kazi mingi sana, but anyway I did it. And that was a success. Monica, you've seen the show, especially season 1, because I only did it for season 1. I couldn't continue. So after hapo sasa ndo COVID hit.
Yeah.
Yes. COVID hit and we were at home. Tuko tu. At that time I was doing voiceovers here and there. Voiceovers were still there, and they are easy. They're usually just a few minutes and you're done.
Just name a few voiceovers you've done so that guys can relate.
But there are so many. I'm the voice of Roiko in Kikuyu right now. It's airing. It's on, I don't know, I think it's
Kikuyu,
on Kikuyu stations.
vernacular stations.
Yes, it's a Roiko ad. I'm the voice of Darling. Is it Darling? Yes, it's Darling.
The hair?
Yes. There's an ad they were doing. And yes, I was the voice of that for quite some time. I've done so many. I've worked with Kobil. I've done for Safaricom. You know what happens with voiceovers? The reason why I'm not able to state them like the way acting gigs is because, like now, I use, or rather, I work with Zaki Kwetu Productions. They're the ones who called me for voiceovers. So they are an agency that are given work by the client. The client is, for example, Safaricom. That's a client. So they give them work. So when they give you work, it's not like acting. You can, as much as I have them on my phone, there are too many to remember.
Yeah,
there are too
which
many
is good. That means you're making bank.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tumefika wapi? Tuko
COVID.
Yes. So when COVID hit, everything kind of stopped.
Yeah.
Everything stopped, and it was a good break. because I took that time to really think of what is my next move. What am I going to do? What am I doing? Okay. And I decided to produce. And I was helped, or rather I was working in conjunction with Zaki Kwetu Productions. So I approached their boss and I told him, yeah, I'd like to do this and this. I wrote 15 episodes.
Wow. So you're also a script writer.
I am a script writer. Munipatie kazi when you watch this.
Yes.
I am really amazing at it. Yes. So I wrote the script and I produced it as well and acted in it. And that is the show that I have on YouTube.
Which is called?
It's called Serial Slayer.
Catchy.
It's nice. You like it?
I'm going to check it out.
Ooh, okay, thank you. Yeah, so seriously, there's only 5 episodes because I'd like it to be, let me not say what I'm planning with it, but there's 5 really good episodes that you can watch there. And the comments that people have left are good. They've liked it. In fact, the only problem is that they wanted more. Yes, they wanted more.
And why didn't you give them more?
First of all, I cannot access my YouTube account. Kwanza, I'll talk to you about that. We see if there's, because wewe ni gwiji wa YouTube, maybe there's a way you can help me. I cannot access it. And I don't want to start another one because it already has, a few views, a few followers. Yeah, because right now I don't feel like telling people, okay, come to my YouTube. And then if I cannot access it, they'll just be followers there and I can't post stuff, right? Yes. So I delved into producing and it was hard work, but it was work that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yes. And the writing as well, coming up with a concept, it was really something. Yes. I enjoyed it, something that I would like now to focus on going into the future. Yeah. So that was my COVID time. That is what I did. That's the one project that I did for me. That was for me. Yeah. So after that, now that is where Selena comes in. Yes.
So before we get to Selena, you've just talked about your businesses, that one that failed and the other one that was challenging. What did you learn from that?
I don't know if to say maybe I'm not that good at business. I don't know. I was in business school. Nilikuwa na learn. I've learned that it's good to do your research first before you put up any business. Do your research so that you know who's your target market, where you want to place it. If it's a physical business, how is that area? Do your research. It's like when we are doing a show, there's something called pre-production.
Yes.
Which is very important. If you want a show to succeed, you must first meet with the people responsible, like writers. You brainstorm, you think about, so how is this going to go? Have a plan.
Yes.
Because I would say, when I was going into business, what I wanted was to have an extra stream of income. Yes, I didn't want to just be known as an actor. I wanted to, because, acting comes in seasons. Yeah, like now I finished my contract in Faithless. Now I'm looking for another contract. Unaona? So what am I going to be doing in between? I need something else to sustain my life, my family, Yeah, so that was my aim, which was very good intentions. Yeah. But the problem with me was that I did not do proper research. And I can say that in business, I did not have I didn't have mentors in business then. Yes, I did not have. But in putting up those businesses, I've come to learn. Now, if I do a business, which I am doing now, I believe with all the lessons that I've learned, it's going to be more successful. Yeah. Also, something else I learned in business is do something you're absolutely passionate about. It's going to do better than something that you're not passionate about, because you're going to give it your all, and because it's something you're passionate about, it's something you've thought about. So you already know, I can do this, I can do that. But if you're just doing business so that you can have extra money, sometimes itanguka because your heart is not in it. Yes. And with my businesses, the one thing that I did is I was not able to be in the business or the one pale mbele. I had to give other people to manage it for me. And that became an issue because eventually I realized, they're not passionate about this. They're doing this so that they can
just
be paid.
want to make money. Yeah.
Which is not bad, but it was bad for me as a business owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the things I learned, and I lost, a few coins. Well, many coins.
Pole, when you say many, ni approximately ngapi?
Ai jamani, wacha tusiongee numbers. Unataka nishikwe na stress? Nani, I was over that. It's like you're talking about exes now.
Re-traumatizing you.
You want to traumatize me again. But yes, putting up any business costs money.
Yeah.
So if you lose that business, it means you've lost that money. Because remember, ili biashara makes sense, you need to give it 6 months. Yes, most of the businesses. So if you close this business in a year, most of the times you've not made even.
Yeah.
You've not broken even, rather. Yeah, so I did lose, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Yes. Pesa ni ya kukuja na kuenda.
Yeah.
And if we don't risk it, you're not going to find, utafika pale mbele mahali unataka kwenda if you don't risk it.
Yeah.
If you're always safe, let me, I don't know. Yeah. So I'm quite, I don't mind taking risks. Yes.
Selina, a big show again. You're like your stars aligned.
Niko na nyota. Nyota yangu inang'aa.
How was it?
Selina, I was called by Gerald Langiri. He is the casting, or rather was the casting director for Multan Productions.
Yeah.
Multan Productions by Ruben Odanga. Yes, he's had Q. I think he's doing something else now.
He's the king of telenovelas and drama.
Yes, he is. So Selina was, I was called on the last season. I went to the audition, and again, I got the job.
Yeah.
Yes. But I must also say, I've said I went to the audition, got the job. Remember, I've also gone to so many auditions that I didn't get the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe for someone out there who's, thinking about getting into this industry, if you don't get it, don't feel as if, but she just went and got the job. Maybe this is not for me.
It's
no.
just because she's not focusing on the negative stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, kuna nyingi. Jamani, nikaanza kuziongea kuna nyingi tena sana. I think the ones that I did not get are more than the ones that I got. So Selina ndio mimi huyo nikaingia show. They wanted a new whole family because it was, we were coming in as a family. There was Brian Weke, Brian Weke from... Brian Weke.
Mali.
From Mali. There was Veronica jina yake ya pili jamani.
Cheke or
no. Veronica, the one who was Mrs. Ombija on Tahiti High. Yes, Veronica Waweru. And I have honestly forgotten my father in the show. But I remember you in spirit. I'm sorry. Yes. So Selina was a big show. I actually went to, I don't like watching myself so much, but najifosinge because pia ni vizuri kuona ni mambo gani unafanya huku nje, usiku unafanya tu mambo yeleweki alafu. Yeah, so I was watching it on Showmax. People can get it on Showmax even right now. And I'm on season 6, starting episode 28. And that was a challenge for me because, first of all, it's a big show.
Yes.
It's a big show, and the role that I was playing as well. There's no simple role. Yes, there's no easy or hard role. But seeing that you are coming out of yourself to give to this role, that is always the challenge.
Yeah.
Because you want to see, the audience wants to see, they don't want to see Rosemary. They don't want to see Rosemary on that, on the character. They want to see that character. So, going there and making it possible for my audience to see a character and maybe hate it or love the character or get bored, like elicit a certain feeling.
Reaction to the audience, yeah.
That is when you know that you are doing the job that you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, so Selina was good. The character was Sylvia, and she was this crazy woman. It was a whole crazy family, to be quite honest. waka kidnap Selena, msijui ni Selena ama ni mtoto. As in, there was a lot of drama. Yes, but then again, it's a telenovela.
Yes.
So there must be drama. Yeah, but that was an enjoyable 7 months because I shot there for 7 months. I guess I worked with Multan for that long. And it was a good experience, a good crew, good cast. It was a wholesome experience. I believe in anything that you do, you must learn. We are sponges. So lazima toka hapa na kitu, toka pale na, yeah.
Yeah.
So Selena was good.
Now on Faithless.
Yes.
Ebu, tell us more about this show.
Sasa basi tuingie kwenye uwanja wa Faithless. So Faithless, hey, what do I say? Nianze kutoka mwanzo.
Usi spoiler latie watu, but just tell guys what the show is about.
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all, let me say, there was a process to get into this show. After Selena, I took a year off again to do business because I'd put up a business that really needed me to be there.
Which is?
A wines and spirits shop, which failed very well.
Hey, and we need an episode of just your businesses.
Tuseme tu failure in business.
No, learning in business.
Learning
in business.
I like your positivity.
Yeah.
Okay. So ndio hiyo business imefail, hata nimeifunga sasa. Nimesema then I took now 2 months off after the business. I was just at home. It's good to sometimes just take time off. Yes, because what is meant for you will come, and it will only come when you are calm. So that you settled.
Be still.
Yes.
Be still.
Be still. So I was still. And in my stillness, I got a call from Isaiah Evans. Isaiah Evans is the casting director for Faithless. And now the Live Eye production, because the production house is called Live Eye. So when Isaiah called me, he was like, hey, there's an audition. Come on this date. And I went. They loved me on the first, audition. And then they called me for a second. We went 3 times to audition.
The shortlist.
Shortlist. And then the shortlist of the shortlist. And the shorter list of the shortlist. Yes. So it was gruesome. It was not something that came easy. But I hung in there and I was like, okay, in my head sometimes I was like, hey, what are these guys looking for? But I was like, is there something that I'm not, like bringing to the table that you want to see or what? But anyway, I was still patient and I got the part. That was last year in December. That is when the audition started. So they went on for a whole month. Now after, Faithless, we started shooting in February. Yes, but we also had a workshop where we were prepared. This is the first show where we were actually prepared as actors. We had a workshop by the production, paid for by the production, and we got Carol Odongo. She's very good. She's a very good director because I remember she directed me in Selena, and she got us through the workshop of a few days, and it was really good because the cast, we got to bond. We got to bond with the cast and also some of the crew members, because there are some crew members who came to introduce themselves while we were doing this workshop. So on that note, I really must say, Live Eye, that was good. They should continue with that.
Doing the trainings before.
Yes, the trainings are very good. Just because you know what you're doing does not mean that you are done with learning.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And preparation is always very good. So now Faithless. Here comes Faithless. Faithless is, I would say, a crime drama. Yes. It is a show that is set in church. And it is a show that is very... There's a word, I know this word, I've used it in other interviews and I'm going to use it still. You can call it my favorite word. It's provocative.
It is. I saw the trailer. It is.
You did. It's provocative and it's daring. When I read the script, I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh, the church. Oh, you guys, are you sure? Oh, okay. Okay, we're going to do this? okay, let's do this. Yes, so it's quite, it's something that when you see the preview or the trailer, you're like, oh, okay, so what is this show about? Like, it gets you thinking.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. It has a lot of drama ambayo mtakuja kujua huko mbeleni, sitawaambia. So I don't want to spoil it for you. But basically it is provocative and it's daring. And also it will make you feel at home. Like, it's a show where when you watch, it's realistic. As much as it's set in church and whatnot, it is realistic. When you look at it, you'll be like, this is something. Yes, this happens, that happens. Because you realize that all the good shows, ni vizuri mtu kurelate nayo. If you as an audience can relate with the show, not unless now it's sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, guys can relate once they see the whole production. They're
Yes.
like, I know I'm being lied to, but I agree to be lied to.
Yes. So, yeah, that is what I would say about Faithless. And it's full of drama. It's full of action as well. So I would say that this is my first action film. I look forward to more. But yeah, people should watch it because isho, tena nimesema hivi, isho ni kali. Mnataka show kali?
Lipeni Showmax, watch Faithless.
Hey, na Showmax ni so tatu tu.
Imagine, phone view.
Yes. Yeah, so that is, unless you have other questions about Faithless. Yes, but you can ask questions.
Yeah. So on Faithless, your main character alongside Avril, Beatrice, and Fatma, how was it working with this team of beautiful women?
Let me tell you, our first AD alikuwa anashindaga akituambia silence, cause tulikuwa tumeingia na ile ya we have other things to talk about, like cinema bishti, tunaweza ongea ma stories zingine, tunacheka. So sometimes, especially when we had those scenes that were not too involving, you'd find us ndio hapo tuko ma story so zingine yani you have to be hey bana, tuko job, which is good. Of course, if regulated, it's good because it shows that you guys have internalized your roles, and also you relate to each other, which is very good for the show because you can see, unaona mkiwa na animosity, in real life, we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it there's something that's going to be.
There'll be a disconnect.
Yes, but with us, it was amazing working with even akina Peter Kamau, Maurice, Brian Ngaira, who acts as my brother in the show. And of course, I cannot forget Zawadi Kayo. She is the one who acts as my niece. Yes, she's a beautiful, beautiful actor. Nikastena tu kadogo, she's only 10 years old. But the work she's done, because I think she hosts, is it the Kids Kibok or something on KTN. So nikadimka na jwele kitu nadu, and working.
Really amazed by the young crop of actors.
Yes.
They're really, I look back and I'm like, hey, these ones are going on another level,
right?
Taking over.
Yeah, imagine they start now before mtu afike 20.
Amejijua vizuri.
Yeah, which is good because these things, unaona kama in the States, unapata musicians and even actors alike, people start when they are very young so that before they fika 2025, these guys have done a lot of work and also have become really good at their art. So they can only get better.
Yeah.
Yes. But even as tulianza ni sawa tu. Tulipata hapo,
it was our time then.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I see you as a very fashionable person.
Oh, you do?
Yes. Kwanza niliona hiyo picha yako ya Faithless launch with this hat with drama and this skater dress. And then also at Next Door.
Yeah.
Is it Next Door?
Oh, were you there?
You are in blue.
Yes.
A beautiful blue
gown.
Yes. So how is fashion important in your life?
First of all, it's important because of the work that I do. I'm in showbiz. So there are those times that you have to step out and step up and show out, So being a fashionable person, which I don't know if I get it from both my parents or my dad. My parents are quite fashionable as well. This is not something that I went to school to learn. This is just something. I just find nice clothes. I'm like, oh, this would look good on me. I just have an inbuilt sense of style, and I think God knew because alikuwa anajua huyu the job she's going to be doing.
Atakuwa msanii.
Yes, msanii lazima uwe na sense of style. Otherwise, how are you going to be showing up on events? So it has helped me in knowing, even when I'm on set, like knowing whether, say, I'm given whichever character I'm playing, there's some clothes that I can be given and I'm like, no, this one would not be worn by a character like this. So that helps me a lot in my industry as well. Of course, we have someone who's responsible for wardrobe and they know what they're doing. But even if they know what they're doing, again, just because you know everything does not mean that you don't have space to learn more. Because I also learn. Even me as an actor, I learn every day. So yeah, there are those times you can tell your wardrobe, do I call them wardrobe master, wardrobe boss, like this one I'm not feeling this, she should wear this because of this and that and that. So there it has really helped me. And of course, going to these shows, when I'm working, like for Faithless, I worked with my designer. She's called Kafoi Drip. She's a designer who's coming up. She's the one who came up with that concept. I took the dress to her, and then I was like, what do you think we can do with this? I gave her the what is this called? The theme, yes. There was a theme. The theme was gangster. But remembering that I am fashionable and I love dresses. I love dresses, Sana. So I was like, okay, can we do gangster but in a dress? So I went to her, Kafoi's closet. She's on TikTok, she's on Instagram. I went to her and told her, okay, so this is what I want. What do you think we can do? Yeah, and then she came up with she told me, okay, this dress, I'll do it this way. It was that's not how it looked. It was a ballerina, is that Cinderella dress.
Yeah.
Alafu akacheza nayo. Yeah, and then now she told me to do the God Papa with the fringe all round. Yeah, so she's a very brilliant mind when it comes to fashion. And she's the one who really helped me with that. And of course, remember, I was looking all glammed up, face-wise. Yeah. That is by Violet Njuguna. And she's the one who's doing our makeup even on Faithless. She's part of the makeup team. We had 3 makeup artists. So she was the second in command. And she's the one now who did for the premiere. And she did a stellar job because I've seen the photos, the comments from people, and she did a beautiful. Yeah. So that whole ensemble was kazi ya watu watatu. Mimi, designer, na my makeup artist. Yes.
Big up to them.
Yes, thank you. I thank them very much.
Having been in Tabasamu, Pray and Pray, Monica, Socialite, Selena, Vashita, and now Faithless, what's the secret to your longevity in this industry?
There's a few things. Doing my research, educating myself every other time. And in doing my research is, part of it is watching other shows from different countries, seeing how other actors bring to life their characters. And of course, kusoma, mi napenda kusoma sana. So that is part of my research because it adds to my language, it adds to my knowledge of things that are going on in the world. And I think for one to be good at anything, you need to re-educate yourself every time. There's not that one time that you'll say, now I'm totally learned and I'm good. No. Always educate yourself. Pole. Yeah. So that one. Also, I would say taking a break. I think breaks are important. I've come to see that they are quite important because sometimes you need to rejuvenate. Sometimes you get burnout, especially as an artist, you get burnt out and you need to rejuvenate. Something else is consistency. Yeah, is this something that you keep on doing? Because remember, the more you do something, the better you become at it.
Yeah.
Yes, because there's someone who's really a good actor out there, but because they do not practice it on a daily basis, they become rusty.
Yeah.
So I would say, yes, consistency as well is something that one needs to look at.
I think people fear taking breaks because of the fear of being forgotten. Like, what if I'm off for a year and guys don't remember me and all that? Not knowing this is something that will actually help you in the end.
Yeah, I thank God that I've never had that fear. To be quite honest, I'm like, you know what? I did not ask for this, first of all. This was a gift that was given to me. And taking a break is part of taking care of the gift that was given to me. So God has a better plan for me. So if I feel like truly I need a break, there's a reason I need that break, and I'm going to take it. Yeah. Yes, and I'm going to come back and take from where I stopped. I mean, maybe sometimes, it dampens. There's some opportunities in kupita pale na hapa na pale, but what is yours will come.
Yeah,
I'm not scared. Honestly, also, you need to lack fear or fight fear. Stop being afraid of life. I'm no longer afraid of life, Mimi. Yeah, I'm not afraid of life. I do my due diligence. I do what I'm supposed to do, and then things flow. To see force pia sana.
Vitu zina align.
Yes.
You've just talked about your family. When you gave birth in 2010, you must have been early 20s then. How was it being a mother at a young age?
I was 22 years old when I gave birth. And yes, I was in a long-term relationship. I got into a relationship when I was 20. Yeah, pretty early.
Industry person or non-industry?
No. Non-industry person. And it was not easy, but it was not hard. Again, because I had my family around me. I had my mother-in-law. She was very supportive. And my own mom as well was also very supportive, like my whole family. So that is why things were not so difficult for me. But of course, there was something else. I remember there's this book called What to Expect When Expecting. And as young as I was, I used to read that book and just go to Google and look at, what am I expecting, like my journey, where am I now? So I believe that also the knowledge that I acquired that time helped me in my pregnancy journey not being difficult, and also bringing this child up. And also, of course, I had my partner, because sometimes it's difficult. When they say it takes a village to bring up a child, it's true. When you're doing it on your own, it can really mess you up. It's stressful. But at least when you have someone, even when you're tired, at least there's someone who's going to take care of the baby. Yeah. That helps a lot. So I must say my whole family came through for me. And so it was not that hard to bring up my child. And also when this child came, it was like I decided to become an intentional parent. Even at that tender age, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do some things differently because I've decided to be a mother, because whether it was not expected, but when you're engaging in some things, that this could be the outcome.
Consequence.
Yes. Yeah. So I decided to become an intentional parent, a parent who is present. Hopefully this is something my kids are going to say about me, when they talk about me to people, hopefully. Yes. So I thank God for giving me the grace and the energy and also the wisdom to be a good mother and a mother who was available for her child even at that young age.
Yes. So now 2 daughters?
Yes.
How is marriage? Social media imefanya marriage kukua like either you aspire to get to be married because of the glossiness, the beautiful side, or you see also the dark side and you're like, hey, uko swingi. How is marriage to you?
Well, I think now we should speak of how was marriage, because because we've been separated for the last 2 years. But if I were to speak a little bit about my marriage, I would say that it was good. It was good while it lasted. Honestly, I cannot say that I had a bad marriage. If I say that, I'll be lying. Yes, it was a good marriage. It just, I think because we got together when we were very young, people grow, people change. And for you guys to still continue the journey together, you need to grow together, and you need to to have a clear path that you guys are following. Because if I have a path and you have a path, but they're going in different directions, then you will not be able to sustain this marriage.
Yeah.
But it was not because that he's a bad person or I am a bad person. We're just two people who just, I think, apart.
It grew apart.
Yes, who grew apart. So we gave each other time, and now it's been 2 years, but it's 2 years of we're still in our children's lives, both of us. Yes, their father is in their life, I'm in their life. It was not easy to tell them, we're no longer, yes, but because I think we had started off as intentional parents, then we were able to ease them into that. Yes, hopefully we hope to be still good parents even when we are apart, because coming together, or rather being in a marriage, does not necessarily mean that you're going to be good parents.
Yeah.
There are people who are in terrible marriages, and there are children who have grown up in homes that they wished that their parent was alone because of there was no peace.
Yeah.
Yes. So I would say that our home was peaceful, our home was good, we had a good run. And I do appreciate the father of my children because of that. Yes, we are two people that made it work when it worked. Yes, and we are not enemies. Like, we're just bringing up our children the best way we know how. Yeah.
You've talked about separation. Does that mean that you're in the process of divorce, or divorce has been finalized?
That one, I'd rather not talk about that particular one. Yes, I feel like, because I don't like to expose my family so much on social media. I think what I've said about it, I feel like that would be sufficient. Yes. This other one, it is not fair because, my partner or the person that I'm talking about is not here. And I wouldn't want to give a one-sided story. And it's not like I've asked him, can I talk about this? So I would rather just stop there when it comes to family, and just know that I have a beautiful, happy family.
Nice,
Yes.
nice. So you being a single person, are you now in a healing process, or are you open to dating?
I would say I was healing, especially the first year, as I should have been,
Yeah.
because you don't come out of a long-term relationship and just get into another relationship. So I took my time to, heal the best way I knew how. And right now, I'm not going to say that I'm searching. Right now, I am enjoying my family and enjoying my career. If something comes along the way, then I'm gonna
If you're found along the way.
If I'm found along the way, then I will know whether I want to be found or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to preempt and say, no. I always leave things. There's some things that I leave to the universe. I know it's gonna sound a little delulu, okay?
They're like, how come? What if the universe does not?
But the thing I have come to learn, hizi miaka nimejijua, the universe always has your best interest at heart. So I'm leaving it out there to the universe.
Okay, nice.
Yes, and I know good things are coming my way. Good things have always come my way.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they will continue coming.
Amen to that.
Yeah. I read an interview which you did with The Nation, and this was in 2016.
Hey.
Research nilifanya. Now, in this interview, you talk about being paid then 3,000 for stage play. Has the payment increased with time? Meaning late last year and this year, has it improved? And do people still go to stage to break into TV? Because that was the gateway for most actors then. If you're on stage, you're likely being called for a TV role then. But now there's so many platforms, even YouTube for content creators and all that. So those are the two questions I want to know. is the pay better, and do people have to go to stage to get to TV?
Now, let me talk about the pay first. You've asked about specifically theater pay.
Yes.
So the last time I did theater, the last payment that I got was it 3,500? But it's been a while because this year, when was that I was in theater? It's been, I think, 3 years. I'm hoping that it has improved. I am assuming that it has improved because even when you look at the toll fee, or rather the fee you pay to go into these shows, it has gone up. So I'm assuming that it has gone up. But also theater was not honestly a place where you could make like so much money. Most of the people back then who did theater, it was for the love of it. Like you love theater. So bile pesa ya pale 2,500, 2,000, 3,000. It was not bad, but it's not something sustainable. Yeah.
So was that per show, or if let's say it's showing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, was that a total figure for the 3 days or for 1 day?
Oh my God, no, Lord, no, that would just be plain.
That would be just transport.
Hey, that's robbery.
That would be just transport for you to come and do this play.
That's not even transport, because remember you do rehearsals and whatnot.
Oh yeah, for almost a month or so.
Yeah. So 3,500 was for a show, per show. So if you have a show at 3, at 6, and at 7, so it's 3,500 times 3.
Aha.
Yes.
You know me, I'm counting it as daily rate or total figure.
No. It's
so you and ilikuwa like, hapo singeweza
hapo
theater. Okay, so equivalent of around 12 to 15 Gs per day when it's showing. That's a good amount of money for the weekend if it's 3 days.
Yes, it's not bad, and especially now maybe if you do many of them. But remember, you also went for rehearsals, so you used money for that. So lazima utoe. So at the end of the day, it's not much, but then again, it's not
little. It's just decent. Kidogo.
Yes, so hopefully now things are better. It's been a while since I did a show. Right now, I don't know. I think maybe it should be, well, let me not say. I honestly do not know how much, not unless I ask friends who've done it. But yes, I'm sure it must be way more than it was then. Yes. The other question was about, remind me please.
It was about, do people have to do stage plays to get TV roles?
Then it was a good place to go, because producers would come to the shows and they say, oh, okay, I like that one. Even now, it's not a bad place to go and showcase your talent. Remember also, apart from people seeing that you can actually do this, there's also you're learning, you're being trained. So there's a lot of positives that come with doing theater shows. But thank God that it is not the only place that you can go so that you can get to TV. Right now, we have social media at anyone's disposal, regardless of where you come from. Hata kama uko Migori, we can see if you're good at something, do it, shoot it, post it. And you can do it with your phone. How many people are doing things? Nafanya vitu kwa simu. Yes. So no. I thank God that it's not the only platform, because people are talented out there. And if, it was restricted to you must come to the theater so that you can get a TV job, well then, no. Because we need new blood in the industry. Yeah. As much as veterans, magwiji wako, that's very good. They should stay on. But then again, you need to train other people to come. Because, the way life goes, wataisha, wakiisha nani wengine utachukua usukani. So it's not the only place. Do your thing. If you're out there and you feel like you have a talent, you want to do it, post it, wacha watu waone. Mimi kwanza sasa hivi, there's so many people who've been discovered on social media as opposed to the theater. Because how many people go to the theater? Not that many. How many people have a phone?
Well, everyone.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can watch. So yeah.
Parting words.
Kai. Naambia nani?
To the audience, to the people watching. Utaki kupart words.
Parting words.
Yes.
Alafu niseme kitu yenye hata si, kitu quotable. Honestly, I don't have anything quotable, but what I'm going to say, I'm going to talk about the show that I'm doing and say that you guys, thank you for the support. We appreciate it. We see that you guys are watching our show. Continue watching Faithless, posting it. Na pia, mimi kama msanii, thank you for the support. Because I cannot forget my fans. My fans are loving this. They've been asking me, when are we seeing you back on screen? Here I am. So continue with that love. And there's going to be more, or rather there's more in store. I mean, mimi msanii, vitu viko, as much as I'm not talking about it right now, but there's going to be more in store for you guys. So I hope that they keep watching. And also I can talk to someone out there who's trying to get into the industry. Do not be scared. Ingia, come, try your best, post your stuff on social media. Talk to other actors who are in the industry. Ask anyone. There are people who will ignore you, but there are those who will show you the way. Ask someone to hold your hand if it's possible. Yes. And also do not forget that I am a content creator right now. I create content for companies, by the way.
Nice. So where can guys find your content?
Guys can find my content on YouTube as Rosemary Waweru. They can find me on TikTok. That's where my biggest audience is. Rosemary Waweru again. On Instagram, on Twitter, and on where else? Facebook. Yes, on Facebook. I'm also
Threads.
I'm also on Threads. Yeah, bado hujaniingia vizuri lakini bado I'm on Threads. I'm still trying to figure it out and see the uzuri wake. Yeah, so you can find me on all social media platforms as Rosemary Waweru. That's the name I go by. Yes, so just type that name and you're going to find me. And if you're a company and are looking for someone to do your content creation, to consult on content creation and on visibility on social media, I'm also the person to see. I help people know what to put out there because I know what the masses want. So talk to me. I'm your guy. Okay, I'm your girl. You know, whatever. Tomato.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Rosemary, for coming.
Thank you, boy.
Najua umekuwa na masaibu, but we'll leave that story for another day.
Masaibu chungu nzima, lakini nimefika. Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. I will see you guys on the next episode. And guys, ni season 5, so bonyeza hiyo subscribe. Sawa? Kwaheri.
Turu.